Hey guys, welcome back to the Small Time Critics podcast. I am one third of the Small Time Critics. My name is Moe.
Mohammed Hashi.
Kem.
Oh no. Oh no.
Kem's not here, guys. He's a bit lame now, but he'll be here soon though.
Yeah.
So for this video, we're doing a review for Talk to Me. I'm gonna ask you a question. Did Talk to Me come out in 2022?
No. It came out
This year, right?
It came out during the festival season.
Everything says 2022 though.
No,
It must have come out in a festival there, the
the
Australian
first
one.
festival.
Yeah. Okay.
The one in Adelaide.
Okay, that makes sense. So when we do our end of years, it can be on this year's list.
No, 100%. Like remember, it was in my top 5.
Bro, I got
this year.
IMDb, Letterboxd, all of them. They're all 2022. So I was very confused, and
it's a
that's the
film.
same with I think Blackening as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was very confused about that, but
Nah, it's definitely this year film because obviously it came out in Sundance here.
It did,
this
yeah.
year. Hence the reason why we reviewed it.
I think over there it came out like Adelaide Film Festival or something like that. It must have
Yeah.
been
Hence the reason why we are reviewing it. Yeah. But yeah, again,
Yeah. So
let's get into it, bro.
Yeah. So this is the spoiler review for Talk to Me. Obviously, it's it came out in the UK just a few days ago, isn't it? This
28th
week.
of July.
So
It's been out for a few
not
days.
that long, not that long, less than a week. And yeah, so we're here to review it. We saw it at Sundance Film Festival about a month ago.
Yeah, on the 7th of July we saw it.
Yes, we saw it about a month ago. There with us was the directors, David and Michael Philippou, and they did a Q&A after, and it was a great time.
Yeah, we can even get Mark can actually just put in one of my questions in right now. So amazing. For me, it's what scared me the most, and I'm sorry for the person behind me because I kept on moving my seat every time. It was so embarrassing. Sorry about that. But how did you guys, with the person who did the sound design with you, like, how did you work out between it being too loud and distorting and it being too low, kind of thing? So how did you find that balance?
You know, it's more of a battle when you're in the cinema afterwards, because mixing, it's like you mix it in the same room, you know, every day, and like you're mixing it to, you know, the volume 7, and then so you got the same thing. Yeah. Every cinema is different. So like, you know, you like this cinema is amazing. It's like the best sounding cinema, literally the best sounding cinema we've been to, and but each one's different. So it's like you're trying to gauge whether, you know, it's loud enough or not loud enough. And then like you're also nervous. You're gonna be like, am I just like, do it louder because you're nervous, you know? It's yeah, like there's some cinemas where you sit down and you like eat your popcorn and that's louder than the movie. And like I'm scared to chew on my popcorn because it's destroying the movie experience. Like some cinemas play it so low. Yeah, but it's all in the sound design in the suite. It's like a special suite. They like you sit down and it like recreates what a cinema is like, and then you sit there and you mix in it. It's and then you go to a cinema for real and it sounds nothing like that.
I want to thank you both so much for bringing this.
Why your question? Oh, because you never recorded my question.
Damn.
If you guys want to in-depth
sorry.
about the Sundance Film Festival, we had a video of it on our YouTube channel, so go check that one out.
Yes.
We did like a little kind of video blog on that day, which was fun. But yeah, before we get started, guys, just make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and so you know when the videos are coming up, and 5 stars on streaming platforms. You know, it will help us out a lot, and share the videos. Yeah, share. And we got a lot of shorts out as well on YouTube and TikTok and Insta and stuff like that. So share those too.
Subscribe. We're nearly at 100, man, on YouTube.
Almost, yeah. Help us get to 100, man.
Let's get
We're
there,
nearly
man.
there.
You know
We're
what I mean?
trying.
Small steps.
We're trying. Baby steps.
To big things, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Hash,
Yo.
talk to me.
I see what
You
you
see
did
what I
there.
did there? That was it. Okay. Overall thoughts on Talk to Me. What do you think?
I thought, obviously, like, since we started this podcast, I've been making a conscious effort to watch more horror films. Because I'm not someone, I've only really watched the classics, you know, The Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of thing.
We're the same on that.
Yeah, The Hills of I just tried to watch some of the classics and then stay away from the rest, you know what I'm saying? But ever since I watched Barbarian on my own, I decided to watch on my own, I've been like, let me get on my horror flex, you know what I'm saying? And this was a top level movie. Not just because it was a great horror movie, Mo, it was a good movie, you know what I'm saying? It had a fantastic story from beginning to end. The performances were fantastic. The character who played Sophie, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Incredible, honestly. Like, she was so good. Even the kid actors, the kid that played O'Reilly, I think was really, really good. And
nobody was out of place.
No one was out of place, you know what I'm saying? And I think the directors, Michael and Danny were talking about how they would have got more money if they did it in America instead of doing it in Australia.
Yeah.
And they said that executives here in the US were saying, it would kind of translate better and people would understand the characters more if they had American accents instead of Australian accents. I didn't feel that at all. I completely understand.
How does that even make sense?
It makes no sense. It's just stupid kind
They
of.
speak the same language.
It's just stupid executive talk, man.
I don't
honestly.
understand.
It's just dumb. But this movie is.
I guess it was. Sorry to cut you off, but I guess film debut for them, so they must have had to like jump a few hoops to get this done, isn't it?
During the Q&A, they actually said that they lost $1 million from their budget simply because they cast an unknown in the main star Sophie. Like, again, it just doesn't make any sense. But hey, that's just the Hollywood system, unfortunately, sometimes. Yeah. But this movie was basically a kind of possession movie kind of thing, isn't it? In terms of like, if you touch something, you get possessed by whatever the creature is, or what, you know what I mean, or the entity in the hand, so to speak. The spirits, and kind of thing. And obviously, you know me, bro. I love having the title in the movie. And the main kind of thing to actually activate the monster is you have to say.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Exactly.
They said it.
That is literally me. That is literally me every single time. I get the title in the movie, or someone says it or something like that. But yeah, it was so scary, man. Like at times, it was extremely scary. Like when you first were given the conceit of what the monster is, and you see like some lady with like freaking like.
Just looks messed up.
Looks haggard. You know what I mean? Looked horrific. And I'm like, that had me like, oh, you know what I mean? And I think it's even better to watch horror films in a packed cinema.
I've always said this, horror films, if you watch them with friends, they can be like, it's more fun than anything.
Yes.
Then it can be scary. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I had a great time watching it with you guys. Especially like, do you remember that scene when Sophie's friend's boyfriend takes Sophie home and then they stay together in the house. He's like, you can sleep over at mine or whatever. It's cool. And then she wakes up and she sees the demon in the corner. And they start screaming. I think both me and you just looked at each other at the same time.
We just grabbed each other.
Yeah, both of us are just like,
what is happening?
Because I'm like, and I told you afterwards, I had a story in Sudan when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And obviously in Sudan, back in the day, the electricity it's not the best now anyway, but it wasn't the best back then. But it used to cut out a lot. So when it cut out, you got no AC, no fan, nothing. So you have to sleep outside. Take your beds outside, sleep outside. Me and my cousins were just there messing about, and one of us just looked in the corner. And I swear, Hashi, it looked like someone was sitting in the corner. Just sitting in the corner still. And we're idiots, because I was thinking to myself in this movie, these teenagers are dumb. Why are they doing this? This is terrifying.
Yeah.
And you can see people are being damaged from it, but you want to go back and do it again and again. And then I thought to myself, I was like, us lot, we didn't even run away when we saw that person in Sudan, after like an hour of us contemplating, I'm thinking, hey, this isn't moving. We were like, hey, that's just it was like a sack of something just sitting in the corner. I was like, all right, cool. Finally, we went to sleep comfortably. But I don't know, it just reminded me of that. And just the way this movie started with the whole house party, the one shot of the guy going through looking for his brother. Then he gets his brother out.
Basically the prologue,
Yeah, and you're just following that guy and you just see him get stabbed. And you're just
he stabs his brother first.
That's what I'm saying. You see him the guy get stabbed. Like the brother, because they're following the brother. The one that's okay. They're following him, and then from out the camera, the guy comes in with the knife and stabs him. And then he stabs himself.
In the face. And it just starts from there. And I'm just like, yo, that was a great start. But yeah, no, I agree with everything you said. It was a good movie. Yeah. Sophie was great in it. The actor who played Sophie. I thought the ending was really, really, really well done as well. Really smart ending.
Yes.
Which I didn't see coming.
Shame. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I saw her ending coming.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Okay, yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When she took the little brother in the wheelchair out and stuff. She wanted to.
Same. Yeah.
I saw her dying there.
Yeah.
By the way, if I didn't say this was spoilers, so sorry if I didn't say it. I think I said it.
I think you did.
I think I said it, yeah. But no, it's good. Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I need to start watching more horrors.
No, 100%. I thought also the symbolism and the kind of like the visual metaphor of initially, because we saw at the very start of the movie her seeing a deer on the road.
Right.
And then not helping it.
And she became the deer.
Because no one helped her, kind of thing at the end when you see her kind of sprawled out in the street and her dying basically. Yeah. I thought that was very smart. I thought also the filmmaking wise in terms of like, in terms of showing perspective and focus on certain things. Like, because she has such a bad relationship with her dad, you barely see his face. You kind of see like the focus on her and him always blurred in the background because of how bad their relationship is. But then, like, juxtaposed by that is her relationship with her mum. And even when her mum's all messed up, you can see them in perfect focus. You know what I'm saying? Crystal clear. I thought that was very, very smart. Just fantastic filmmaking.
It's funny you say that. Even in the beginning, when we first saw her dad, it was like Sophie was at the sink washing dishes, and her dad was there out of focus talking to her. And I related to this moment so much. He says something to her while the tap was on, and she turns off. What'd you say? And then she answers him, and then she waits, puts the tap back on, and then he says something again. She's like, turn the tap off. What'd you say? I was like, that's so relatable, man. That happens to me a lot.
So true.
Because I can't, when there's noise, I have a bad left ear, man. And when there's noise, I got to focus on one thing at a time. But I thought that was really, I felt so sorry for the dad's ending. I felt so bad for him the way he died. Like,
100%.
And I was going to ask you, do you think Sophie took it too far when after she noticed her mum was one of the spirits, and she took the hand and put it in her bag and left, and she tried to do it at home and stuff like that? You think she took it too far by
100%, but
or do you think that the grief from her mum's death took over and it made sense? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
This was a fantastic story about grief. I think that was probably one of the main kind of like parts of the story which was really affecting in regards to how people deal with grief, because people deal with grief differently and stuff like that. And her taking it that far shows that the love that she had for her mum kind of thing, and shows how far she's willing to go to kind of make things right.
And it seemed like they were happy because they had that video like, Mom, who's the haters? And they're just joking around, and then all of a sudden you don't know what pain she's going through. She self-transitioned on her own. So it's like, I get it. It's so sad, that kind of story. So, but acted so well. Like, so I know we keep going back to Sophie, but she was the star of this.
But I thought also the other kind of supporting cast in regards to the young child who played Riley, because obviously kid actors are never...
Oh my God,
they can be so hit and miss. And him having such a large part of the film on his back in regards to the kind of like the monsters kind of like taking over his body.
They wanted him.
They wanted him.
From the start, they were like, he's behind you.
Because because they wanted someone who's innocent. You know what I'm saying? They wanted innocence in it. Because that's what the devil wants. You know what I'm saying? Be careful of the devil. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? So like, what was mad was the fact that like when he gets possessed, and then he's absolutely knocking his head and like ripping his eyeball out of his head. And
everyone in the theater is like,
we're like this. In the theater, we're going nuts. We're going absolutely
everyone
nuts.
In the theater,
You know what I'm saying? I'm grabbing Mark up. Like, Mark, I'm sorry about your arm. I'm sorry about his arm. I literally grabbed his arm like that.
That was crazy.
It was crazy.
He smashed his head and then he just... that was too
And he's
much.
laughing, and he starts laughing.
Oh my goodness.
With blood in his mouth. It's like...
Such a little idiot kid as well. Please let me try it. Please. Shut up,
it's
man.
kid stuff, man. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Like, poor kid, you know what I'm saying?
And then even afterwards, they tried to help him in the hospital, and then he did the same thing again. Started smacking his head on the back of the wall and stuff.
And he's laughing the whole time, which makes it even more scary, by the way. It was so much more scary, the fact that he started laughing, smashing the back of his head in.
And I know they spoke about, the directors in the Q&A spoke about how they did that with his face, because his face was... it was Martin,
and it was a lot.
Tommy Hearns episode type messed up. Like he was, like there was a moment when his face came up in the hospital and Kem's just like this. Yo, his face is ton up.
And we were done. And he said that at the quietest, like literally it was silent in the cinema, and everyone heard that as well, which is so funny.
And his face was messed up, but they said they had like different prosthetic faces in it, and they put that on him, and it looked great. It looked
fantastic.
Really well. The makeup and stuff was fantastic.
And I did ask a question about sound design. Go check that video out.
I'm glad you brought that up.
And like the sound, everything was popping. Like obviously, like that cinema, because you saw it at the Picture House, the Piccadilly Central one. And obviously they got Dolby Atmos and stuff like that. The sound was impeccable. And everything was popping. Like even like slaps were crazy.
The
like,
bass was crazy.
It was mad. And the thing that was jarring the most was, you know, whenever someone knocked on a door or was slamming a door, I'm like, yo,
you feel that in your chest.
100%.
Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, it's crazy.
It was mad. It was mad. But yeah, this film was a top level film, and like for me, it was on my like early top 5 for
I
you know
remember,
what I mean?
yeah.
You know what I mean? For the first 6 months of the year.
Top 5 movies and TV shows 2023 videos out right now.
It's out.
Go
Check out what you know what I mean?
Yeah,
what else is on there?
what we thought was the top 5 so far.
Exactly.
And by the way, I put a disclaimer on that video. It was recorded before Oppenheimer and Barbie weekend.
Yeah.
So,
And Mission as well.
So be nice.
Exactly. Be very nice.
But Hashi, STC score?
Yeah.
Yeah? Chat to me. Talk to me.
I love that. For me,
I'm so easily impressed.
bro. I'm a simple man, bro. For me, it has to be like a very, very solid 8.5.
Yeah.
Like it was a great story, great movie. It fulfilled its promise in regards to horror. Yeah, we didn't even talk about the scene when we kind of talked about it when she's staying at that boy's house, and then some freaking old woman in a wedding dress with a messed up face comes, starts sucking on the guy's toes. Do you remember?
That's the scene, bro.
Bro.
The sack of potatoes that came out the corner. I was, whoo. Yeah.
We were done. That was the scene that proper got us. I nearly stood up.
That was the one.
How scary that was.
Because it was so dark, but you could tell from the silhouette, something's there.
Yeah.
And then it's so still, and then it just starts moving. And that was unnerving, very creepy. But for me, I would give it roughly the same. I'd say 8.8 out of 10.
Yeah.
It was good. I thought it had a good story, great acting. Not much jump scares for a horror, but still scary.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. That
Yes.
there's not much like something just pops on the screen and you're just whoa. There's not a lot of that. There's some of it, but the stuff that did happen was still scary, even without the jump scares, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, 8 out of 10, solid movie. I would recommend it, especially to horror lovers.
100%, yeah.
But yeah, let's talk to me.
Exactly,
Let's talk to me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the spoiler review for Talk to Me, Daniel and Michael Philippou. Great job for your film debut. I hope to see more from those guys, honestly.
Oh, they're going to be amazing.
And I know the way they are, the type of creatives they are, they're not just going to do horror. They're going to branch out and probably do other things. I can't wait for them to do a comedy or something. That would be hilarious. But guys, if you like the video, leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming up. And we're going to have pumping out much more content in the near future. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you soon. Peace.